My name is Denis Oluba. I'm a teacher of English language and literature. By profession, I've been teaching for the past 15 years, joyfully, happily nurturing young people. And it's just a pleasure that is what life has granted me.
Afoyo matek anya kilwani Joyce Julian Achoro kigang kilwani a mama and the community Matthew kere bilwani mego makwiny. Atimo development and humanitarian work. Atie entrepreneur kibene atie advocate for gender equality. Ti lokom kuru matek. That is ngama atimo afoyo.
I was born in Gulu district, in particular within Gulu town. And that's a town I grew up in, a lot of memories from Gulu town. I've seen it grow and definitely it has impacted me in terms of the schools I went to. I went to an old primary school called Gulu Public School. From Gulu Public, I went to one of the first private schools in Gulu, and that was Gulu College, before thereafter joining St. Joseph's College Laibi, one of those old traditional schools that I'm very, very proud of. Thereon, I moved on to Makerere University, where I joined the university and got trained.
My school life was fun. I started schooling my nursery from Giulio Pastori. It was a nursery school. And I went to Kidgum Public Primary School. And when I reached P6, I think we became kind of like stubborn and all that. I remember my mother picking me away and sending me to another school. I was a mathematician and boys used to disturb me. I remember one called Philip used to disturb me because I always beat them in mathematics. Even if you get today 98, for me I will get 100. One of the memorable things that shaped my life today is starting business early, way back in P3. In P3, you cannot believe that that's when I started my business, selling rice, selling sweet potatoes, and that is what I've been doing. And it shaped my life because I learned that if you want good things, you need good life, you need to really, really work for your money.
One of my most memorable experiences as a child was a time when I was in nursery school. We had a very, very caring teacher. She was called Pauline, and coincidentally, that's also my mother's name, Pauline. And she was a teacher who would define what it means to, hold the carrot and the stick at the same time. She was very strict and yet also so daring that oftentimes you find yourself, if you had a misdeed, she would correct you firmly. But also, when it's time to have the fun, the school food and all that, the porridge in particular, that's what I remember very vividly. Those are some of the things that made the nursery experience something that I cannot forget. I still remember very clearly one time when I made a mistake, and it was sort of a public correction of what I had done, and the entire class was sent after me to get me and take me to the teacher. That was something that I've never forgotten, but it also framed up who I am because I understood that accountability is part of life. And so that is what has made me who I am. I understand that people need to be held accountable, but most importantly, that somebody who is involved in nurturing children, I need to be able to be firm with them, but also be very, very caring so that they grow up into the person we want them to be.
The first time I met Denis was 2006.
Thereabout.
I remember it was a visitation day in our school, Secretariat. It was among a group of 5. I think they had come to visit some, I think their sister, I don't know. But it happens that I greeted them.
And it was something that I would say a coincidence. I knew a friend, a family friend, who knew her as a friend. And so it so happened that that particular day was a sports day. I think I was in senior 5.
So when I greeted them, I think it ended there. But when I was sitting the O level, he sent for me a card, the success card. So I was not really thinking very well who really sent for me the card. I ignored it. So I joined A level. When I joined A level, again in senior 6, he sent for me a card. So when he sends the card, he sends with those writings with his contacts. I called him. I said, yeah, hello, where you received your card. Thank you very much. Then he started telling me, now I am this. This is we met here. I came to Secretariat to visit my sister. I had a friend who introduced me to you, and the friend was my cousin's sister.
So achakamero atekera ki Joyce Uberu ikarme toko mana watega chero kaneno ngwech paliteo iba peje and kawiya poma be ngiri magali bario kia beach kina Kenyu ma arwata ki la rema chill mano wangeo chala family friend chiana neno ki en chima neno en tian me achile atuki neno ni Uberu dano ma iye yom dak dano ma duwore beru chalo gino en tikori dano mo ma kilo dano ko pien ye yom bolo ke dano cha chakineno na tiwai ni mana ikom nyalano gi kome chowa ko ni chakeni ni eno ni ana kero chunya marwai ni gine na bilugo ko mot chi ni chakeni ron weche no ni wachere ba peje to ko nene inge Kenyu waraga ero gwenye machalo laten kwan mano tika kwan la IB college mano choy waragao kid majui chari Secretariat oero loche ke waraga Kenyu mapol mano dom ti yemo romo cha da lo ma macho ka Kenyu inge mano kwan bo chari tuma bien makere eno mete ke kwan ne niyo ka lo do kom lo afore. And when I ran into her, I noticed that there was something unusual about her. And my first impression of her was that she was somebody who was full of life, full of smile, and seems to be having that energy that draws people to. And that's just the spark that got me interested in her and got to get to know her much, much better than that. And thereafter, everything else started falling into place.
I think they are just a perfect match made in heaven because tell me this relationship, as far as I'm concerned, started way back in high school to the university. I still met them together and I was like, these ones are a perfect match.
That age when we were just teenagers, that was when I came across Julian. When we were all joining Form 1. Me and Julian became friends. She was coming from Kidgum and I came from Gulu. Of course, we had all attended different schools for primary. But when we met in Sacred Heart, trust me, we clicked.
Nia and Kilwani Innocent Ukarayot. Wani Denis on Wabeduluram Pikaramalach. I've known Denis since 2004, Warwate VAC, Senior 4, and we became friends.
I came to Kampala, we met him, we actually met at his hostel. Then there we moved to our usual spot in Ground Zero where we would sit and jazz. And reaching there is when he told me, I have got someone. So I was like, tell me, who is that person? Now we have our slangs that we use. And he told me, it's a tall lady, my height mate, and she's good at cultural dances. So I tasked him as usual. I was like, Denis, you know what? Let her cook for us malakwang. Then I'll know that that is a woman for you, bro.
When I look at Julian and Denis, then I get to understand why they say God knows how to pair couples. Julian has, she is so aggressive. And the husband is a complete opposite.
Julian is a loving person. Julian is supportive. Julian is empathetic. Julian is a good listener. Julian is dependable. Julian is full of light. Julian is shareable. Julian is just everything. But above all, Julian is selfless.
To my wife, Julian, our mama, I love you dearly. And I know this is just a part of the journey that we are starting. It's been an amazing experience getting to know you. But I know this moment is that moment where everything in our lives becomes redefined.
So, yeah. And I still believe that God loves us and is going to continue. And will make it marwa, will make it guaho, will make it mine wa gum, malo pero mine wa afo.
And so from me to you, I need you to know that come sunshine, come rain, come fire, I love you. And that will never change. And so I hope that God will be the blessing that we need in our lives and will continue to provide for us. And His grace will be upon us and all our families. Thank you.